All right, part two of using our oil pastels to create this sphere. So we take our light color and we use that with little circles to start blending the light color into the darker colors, okay? And start out really light, press really light, and you'll notice that it starts to blend, okay? Now in the colors that are very close to this color, you can blend a little bit more so that it really gets smooth. And you go ahead and fill the whole tooth of the paper, remember the paper has all these little teeth, up with color. But then go back with your darker color, and we really want to go kind of back and forth. So we go back a little bit with this green color to blend. So we really can get a little bit of change for each level. All right, and then we blend that light color, little circles. Now we get a little bit lighter because we don't want it to end up being this light color. We just want to blend with it. All right, then we get this color and we start to blend. Again, right on the where it's really supposed to be green, we can kind of do it a little bit heavier. I'm still doing it really, really light by pressure standards. And the more circular you get, the better. Okay, we keep going out. We're really building this up layer by layer. Okay, then we get to our darker color, and we do the same thing. And you can always go back and forth. If it doesn't blend perfectly, then go back and, like if I mess up here, you can go back and add a little bit more of this back in. I go back and forth, try to figure out where the nice balance, for that is. And then really do the same thing with the blue. Now once we get to this point, we actually have a pretty good sphere. But I actually want to have a really nice dark shadow. So I'm going to take a dark color. Now you could use black, but I really suggest using a dark color like red, dark green, and purple. Because when that mixes together, it creates a shadow that looks really, really nice. So we'll start out with just making our line nice and smooth. Then we'll blend that out a little bit. Okay, maybe get our purple. And this is kind of a little bit lighter purple than I would like to use, but it'll still work. It'll be good for blending. And you can see that it starts to still look like the color. It doesn't just look like black, which is kind of what we want. If you want to come in with a little bit of black, just to darken it up a little bit, that's fine. Really try to use these other colors as your main color. And then the green again. And you can see how that gets to be what a really dull color. In art we have something called intensity. And start to blend that back into the green. You can see how smooth that starts to get. And then you can also do the same thing to create a shadow. Now if the light's coming from here, the shadow should be down here. So create a shadow under the ball. Start with the colors. You can use a little bit of black this time because it's going to be really dark on the ground and the ground really has no color. Try to make a little bit more the shape of the sphere, and it can be a little bit longer if you want. Okay, but still going to mix in some of those colors because that's going to make your shadow look more alive. Real life, there is no pure black, pure white. There's always some sort of color that mixes in with it, and this is what kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic, and that's always a good thing. Our last thing